This lesson is going to be on intertextuality. How we define intertextuality is that the meaning of any given text is related to the meaning of all other texts. This is a concept from the literary theory of deconstruction. The deconstructionist theory says that there are an almost limitless number of possible interpretations of any given text. Intertextuality rejects the role of the author because intertextuality can be found in the eye of the beholder. It is important in literature because it gives the text another dimension, and it allows for subsurface content to be distinguished. It can include an author's borrowing and transformation of a prior text, or to the reader's referencing of one text in reading another. Intertextuality can be a quote, a reference, or an allusion to another text.
Love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Se io credesse che mia risposta fosse la song che mai ti canasta, questa fiamma staria senza più scorsa. E perciò che giammai di questo fondo non torno più alcun, si odia il vero, senza tema di infamia ti rispondo. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky, like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels.
The epigraph of the poem Love Song to J. Alfred Prufrock is a quote taken straight out of Dante's Inferno. This would be an example of intertextuality within a text. The Inferno was written in Italian originally, so the epigraph is in Italian as well. It translates to, if I thought that I was replying to someone who would ever return to the world, this flame would cease to flicker. But since no one ever returns from the depths alive, if what I've heard is true, I will answer you without fear of infamy, which is said by Guido da Montefeltro in Canto 27, line 61 to 66, who is being punished for being a false counselor. This reference could be that this epigraph represents that Prufrock might not be a poem about good people, but about bad ones pretending to be good. Or it could be a reference that the setting of the poem is a kind of hell for Prufrock. Another option is that the intertextuality is telling us that Prufrock, who is singing his love song, might be concerned about his reputation like Guido. There are many different interpretations of what this part of intertextuality means. If you're going with the interpretation that the quote from Dante represents Prufrock's concern with his reputation, you would back up this claim by saying something like, just as Guido da Montefeltro is concerned for his reputation, Prufrock worries about his reputation within society. Quote, with a bald spot in the middle of my hair, they will say how his hair is growing thin, my morning coat, my collar mounting firmly to the chin, my necktie rich and modest, but asserted by a simple pin. They will say, by how his arms and legs are thin, end quote. Lines 40 and 44. Prufrock emulates Guido da Montefeltro, who cares more about his society's perception of him whilst in hell, and less about his presence in hell. Prufrock is in the same situation. He worries about his hair and appearance and not the life of inactivity that he lives. This would give good textual support to the argument for the intertextuality to be representative of Prufrock's concern for his reputation. For your homework, I want you to do something similar to this example. Please use one of the texts that we've already read in class and find an intertextuality reference. The reference does not have to be from a text that we've studied in the classroom. Explain how this intertextuality expands and enhances the text and the reader's understanding of the text. This should at least be a paragraph long. I would suggest looking in other T.S. Eliot poems, or keep in the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, or one of Hawthorne's short stories that we have read in class.